You. A very hi everyone. Very good morning to you all. Welcome yet again to the It's a Way session hosted by Trainocate for Microsoft 365 for students and teenagers. So first of all, thank you for finding the time and being more curious about what you can do at such a young age, because usually we have other focuses at the younger stages, but it's good to see you being curious on what are the opportunities that are out there for you and what are the steps that you can take. And it's never hurts to have a little foresight, looking a little ahead and planning ahead. It's a very smart thing to do. So the hats off to all of you participants. So this session will be exactly that. It will be guiding you on how to master Microsoft 365 in all its glory so that you will be able to have a clearer understanding of it compared to the peers in your same age group, and how you can stand out and get that dream job you've been eyeing right as a fresh graduate or even as a studying student. The options are limitless. Firstly, the landscape has changed completely. Now we're moving from a traditional knowledge-based world to a skill-based world. So of course, our paper qualifications, our education is extremely important, and it is still a fundamental component of career requirement. However, it isn't the holy grail that it used to be, right? Just imagine from your school or your university, about 2,000 students graduate from your own batch. Let's forget about the UAE as a whole, right? That's hundreds of thousands. Just your own school or your own university. I want you to picture this. Let's say there's about 200 to 300 students, and you are all passing out with the same degree or the same certificate. And while your results may differ, the result is still the same, that you completed your relevant program. So as a potential employer, how do you differentiate yourself from these other students in your batch? Yes, of course, your results, that is a good show of your potential, but how do you take it a step beyond, right? How do you truly showcase your uniqueness and your willingness to learn and work, and how you have actually researched and you're ready to enter corporate? It's not just something you're willing to, experiment and try out. That's what we're going to show to you today. What is the most optimal way to do exactly that? So just a quick introduction yet again. It's a very wonderful organization who we are very happy to have partnered with. So this session is Microsoft 365 for students and teenagers. So a little bit about Trainocate, the delivery organization who is bringing this service and webinar to you. So we are an experienced organization who are based in 15 plus countries physically across the globe, with over 25 plus years of experience in the training industry. We have 750 plus certified industry leading trainers with practical hands-on experience. So it's not just people who stick by the books, it's people who know exactly what the scenario is and who can actually solve problems and get their hands dirty with the material, right? And we've trained over 1,500 plus corporate clients and some of the largest corporates locally and globally. And we work directly with vendors. So what this means is receiving a training from us is the same as receiving it directly from the likes of Cisco, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, right? So we are partnered directly with these vendors as well. And in the last year alone, we have trained over 200,000 plus people across the globe. So yes, you're in very safe hands, and it's brought to you by the It Survey team. Let's see how the nature of the world and the industry has changed, and how you as a student should be well aware of this in the world that you will be working in the world that you are planning or eyeing or targeting on entering. So one of the biggest shifts to the entire industry was the pandemic, right? The COVID-19 pandemic. We saw a huge shift in the nature of businesses. Everyone was forced to go to a remote first approach where everyone had to work from home, right? Some departments or some nature of job roles like operations and IT can afford to make that move, but some roles actually require that office presence, the ability to be able to move out, because most of their services, their processes, the way they do things, the way the industry operates was based on physical presence and physical actions. But all businesses were forced to adopt alternative approach through digital services online. What was amazing though is that upon making this move, organizations realized that the internet and all in all of its glory and the technologies in all of its glory is far from a hindrance. In fact, it is enabling and providing much more capacity and freedom than their prior business models. They are able to do things much faster, much more efficiently, and take their businesses to a global scale using the technologies available online. This saw a huge shift in the requirement for good technical knowledge, regardless of the job. We are not speaking only restricted to or limited to IT personnel. We're speaking about anyone and everyone who is looking to work in this new digital world. So thus came the huge requirement for productivity and knowing the most relevant and in-demand skills. And by learning these tools and technologies, businesses found out that they can improve their existing processes and speed it up and automate a lot of their daily tasks. So the world we're moving in, regardless of what industry that you're working in, there some might be misled to think that computers or knowledge on computers or knowledge on technology is strictly only relevant for IT departments or those who work in the IT field. But trust me when I say this, the future you're heading to, regardless of if it's a convenience store or a bus or public transport or food service industry, whatever industry you work in, regardless, a massive part of it, if not, it is going to be completely digital, right? So the amazing things that Microsoft does is for students, they make, for select universities, Microsoft 365 or Office 365 service is available free of charge. So this is very simple. The It Survey team will share links with you in the chat and the emails, or you can go to office.com/students and check it out for yourself. They will have a field that you can fill out with your university or school mail ID, and it will show whether you are eligible to obtain a Microsoft 365 license free of charge. Beyond that, most leading universities do offer Microsoft 365 included in their tuition as well anyway. So this is a service that you already have access to, and it is the center of the business world right now. When we take the industry as a whole, everyone uses Office 365. Everyone, right? From Excel, Word, PowerPoint. If we're talking about a digital service, chances are that it's a Microsoft product. So by learning these products, it will open you up to almost, if not every job in the world. Because once you have learned these tools, every other tool is based off of this, because these were the pioneers in terms of productivity tools. So this will prepare you for any challenge, right? And for students, taking notes, keeping up with their materials is very important. And OneNote provides an easy approach to consolidate and keep together all your notes in one place. And this is also available to you free of charge. And the Office 365 service is accessible from anytime, anywhere. So students are always on the move. You might transfer abroad for something. You might not have always have access to your devices, but still, as long as you have the login and a working internet connection, you can access 365 and all of your files with any device, right? And like I mentioned earlier, Office 365, Microsoft 365 is the industry leader when it comes to productivity tools, right? So why is it important? Now, the entire point of the objective of this webinar is to encourage students to go beyond the books and go beyond the traditional methods and obtain skills to gain knowledge beyond what's in the books, to get industry relevant and current skills that will put you ahead of the competition, that will make you stand out from the competition. Right? Why is this important? Because like I mentioned earlier, we are slowly but surely moving from a traditional qualification-based industry to a skill-based industry, where skills are valued a lot. Right? So by learning the latest and greatest tools and learning the niche features in these tools, that puts you at a big advantage to your hiring managers compared to the competition. Because you know what is the easiest, the most efficient ways to work with the latest tools and technology. And by being aware of knowing how to use these latest tools, if I were to give an example, the fact that you can collaborate on documents and spreadsheets in Microsoft Office, where you can work directly with your team and track changes instead of having to send version 1, version 1.1, version 1.2 back and forth through emails each time. It can massively, greatly improve your efficiency and productivity of working, and you can get more done in less time, right? So that is one of Microsoft's core slogans, and their mottos for going forward is do more with less. And that's how it aligns with all of their products as well. And like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the tasks that we do perform, right? Let's say, for example, just a general email. For example, your university professor emails you an email saying, please find the schedule attached. And your common replies, thank you, received with thanks, or something like that. Just general tasks that you always do, you can find ways to automate it, right? There are tools that will allow you to take these mundane, boring tasks that you do regularly and do it for you, right? This is also available with the Office 365, the Microsoft 365 services. And of course, the most powerful and capable communication, one of the most powerful tools, which is Microsoft Teams, right? This is also available to you. You can create small groups within your student bodies, within your project groups, and use it as a primary medium to communicate, discuss, and work on your projects. So by just learning these tools, your entire lifestyle, the way you work, can become smarter, more innovative, more efficient, and ultimately more productive. So what do we, by we, I mean its survey team and Trainocate, offer to you to upskill yourself in Microsoft 365? So that's what we're going to talk about next, and the core subject of today's webinar, which is our product that we're very proud of. It's called Reset. So Reset stands for Remote End User Self-Enablement Training. So what we aim to do with this product is create one destination or one possible point in which you can access everything that Microsoft has to offer. Right? So it has training material from the very basics, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, all the way up to Power BI, Sway, expanded applications, the business applications, right? Everything is available. So Reset is an all-inclusive tool that we developed hand in hand with the Microsoft industry leaders. So this product is made with care and by the industry giants, the top of the Microsoft. And what we did was we took all of these applications, we broke it down, and we simplified it into a format that is easily accessible and understandable for anyone and everyone. So Reset is a very cost-effective approach to learn about the latest products that Microsoft has to offer. There are over 5,000 plus task-based videos for all of Microsoft services, from the basic level all the way up to the most in-depth and advanced features. Like Microsoft 365's own theme of being able to access from anywhere, anytime, Reset is also a truly scalable application that works on your mobile, on your laptop, on your television screen, or if you have any one of those smart fridges with the displays, you name it, you can use Reset and learn on it. And it is designed to be easy to use for anyone and everyone. So even parents or students, if you want to use this or share this tool with your younger siblings, put them ahead. They spend a lot of time on the internet already. Why not make the best use of it? Right? Of course, we all will have someone else who can benefit from this. Maybe a colleague, a friend, your parents, right? So it's designed that anyone and everyone can learn from it and very easily learn from it. So we'll take you through the system in just a bit, so you can see firsthand just how simple and intuitive it is. So now, students, like I mentioned earlier, this list, but not limited to this list. This is just some of the few key jobs, but it is definitely not limited to this. There are thousands of jobs that just being proficient in Microsoft 365 can prepare you for, right? From project management to administration, operations, HR, customer service, sales, marketing, management, right? To developers, to analysts, right? From the more basic roles all the way up to the more technical roles, Reset has material and covers in depth for you to prepare for all of these roles. So even those looking for a career change or looking to explore all their possibilities, Reset is a wonderful tool because you can learn about that application with relevance to the job or target market that you have in mind, right? So it has absolutely everything and anything, so that you have the freedom to decide what you want to do with this treasure trove or this library of material that is available to you. So Reset is video-based trainings. The trainings is delivered by the Microsoft MVPs themselves. It's all task-based content. So whatever you view not only covers the theoretical aspect of it, but how to do it from a practical standpoint. For example, if you are discussing about pivot tables, it will teach you pivot tables by implementing it, right? So it's all very practical based. So it isn't teaching you how to answer a question in an exam paper. It's teaching you how to implement that process or how to tackle that problem in a real world working scenario. You can also take the built-in assessments and the quizzes, right? So there is a wonderful quiz metric system and a skill assessment system, which I will show you once we go through the demo, that allows you to assess where you are and where your knowledge stands with regards to that particular application. And you can track your learning progress, and there are transcripts available for the entirety of the major languages that are available currently. The amazing thing about Reset, brought to you exclusively by its survey, for its survey members only, you get this unbeatable price of 159 dirham. And don't be mistaken, this pricing is not monthly, it's for the entire year. So for this subscription, upon making the purchase, you have a complete access to our entire course library that I'm about to show you, right? You have access to the exams, to the quizzes. You have a dedicated support ticketing feature that will enable you to contact support with your questions, whether it's regarded to technical support or whether it's regarded to strictly about the learning materials, whether you have some questions or doubts you want to clarify. At the latest, within one business day, you will definitely get your response. We typically reply as fast as possible, right? And the great thing about Reset is, as a license holder of Reset, with time, the value for Reset only keeps increasing because we keep adding new contents. So it's time for us to hop onto Reset and go through it. So let me just set up the environment. Right, lovely. Let me share sound as well. Okay. Lovely. All right, so here we have Reset. So this, students, dear students, is what you will be seeing upon logging in, right? So all these courses are available to you. And let's go ahead and dive into one tile, because I believe you might think, okay, what? There's only like, what, 5, 6 lessons? Each of these tile has about 50 plus of their own materials, right? And each of them are broken down and simplified into a very easy, understandable form. So let's start with the Microsoft Core applications first. This is one of the most popular tools that participants or anyone wants to learn, skill up, and master, right? So from Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook, of course, all the materials are here. It's broken down into 3 further tiers so that you have a clear understanding of what are the features covered. So the essentials level is always where you start. Dear students, even though most of these lessons may seem simple to you, I do highly recommend that you go through this, because everyone on the Trainocate team and the It Survey team, once they went through these materials, they realized even from the fundamentals, there are one or two features, very simple features that are just button presses, but may change completely the way you work. So this is the place to get started with Word, from all the way from opening the application to working with templates to just basic navigation and moving around and about in the application is covered here, right? So from creating lists to working with basic shapes, images, it's all available. And the wonderful thing about Reset is, if you noticed, all the material is under 10 minutes of runtime, because we believe strongly in keeping our content short, precise, and to the point. Right, so let me just play you a sample clip as well so that you can get a feel for it. So the material is delivered in English, and you can also get subtitles available to you in English. So let me just go ahead and play this short clip.
There are many ways to create new documents in Word. If you just want to start from a clean, blank page, the easiest way is to open up Microsoft Word from your OS. I am using Windows 10, and I have Word pinned right down here to my taskbar. And when you open up Word 2019, you will be taken to this welcome screen, which acts as a kind of launch pad. And here, right in the center, you'll see blank document. That's exactly what we want. And that is the easiest way to create a new blank document. Just click that button and voila, you can just start typing. Now, if you already have a document open, or you've been working and typing for a while and you'd like to create another new blank document, you can go up to your File tab and click on New, and you'll see that window again. There it is, blank document. You can click on that to create a new one, or you can use the keyboard shortcut Control N to create very quickly a brand new blank document. So there you go, 3 ways to create a new blank document in Microsoft Word.
Right. So of course, the task that was being discussed is a very simple task. That is just how to create or open a blank document. But if you noticed one thing, not only do they discuss what is the material, or let's say, for example, in this case, it's create a blank document. Not only do they discuss how to create a blank document, they also show you what are the different methods to do it, and they show you how to do it as well. It's very practical approach, and you learn not only the way to achieve a particular task, but all the different ways to achieve that particular task, right? So it's all about not only about learning how to do it, but learning the most efficient and possible alternative ways to do it as well. So in addition to that, you have a very powerful and capable transcript. What this enables you to do is it enables you to select from a variety, from a plethora of languages, that takes the entire script of the video and translate it to uh, whatever your native language is. So in case there is some key term that you couldn't quite grasp, right, or you would like to or simply prefer also learning in your native language, right, that option is also available, right? So it supports all of the major languages in the world, except for the key terms. Everything else is translated word for word. And it is available to you, the license holder. So Reset is a wonderful tool, right? And Word 2019 is an excellent starting point. So the essentials level, that is what is covered. Beyond that, we move to the power users level. So the power users level is for someone who has a good understanding on the foundational concepts, and now they want to learn the smarter features, the more intelligent features. How to maximize my productivity? How do I make my documents, my spreadsheets, my PowerPoints look more classy and professional? That is what is covered here, right? From how to mark and track changes to how to collaborate on a document, how to password protect it, how to create citations and standardize it and create cover pages, right? So all the slightly more advanced features is covered in the power users level. So by the power users level, you will be well equipped to create a lovely document using Word. Now the pro level is the most advanced tier. This talks about the most uh, complex in the sense it's not exactly difficult. It's still very easily usable, but in terms of complexity of what they offer, the most advanced features that this application has to offer. Some of these features you might even be seeing for the first time, or you might not even realize that this application has those features to offer, right? So you can, how to perform mail merges, how to create your own custom styles. Let's say you're an HR personnel working for a company and they require you to create some first party documentation. So create something like a template that they will be using for their employees going forward. Right? So you can learn how to do that here. Create your own color sets, font sets, style sets, and themes for your documentation. Create your own macros and use the special formatting that is available to you. So in addition to this, we also have broken down the module section by section. So each topic has a particular learning outcome. Once you have achieved that particular learning outcome, you can take a quiz. So this quiz, as well as the exam, are based on a question bank of over 400 plus questions per module. So you will get different questions each time you attempt. So the quiz is based on practical scenarios. So it will prepare you for working in that particular application in the industry. So if you're able to answer these questions, that means you are also equipped to tackle these problems in a working scenario as well. So when you select a wrong answer, not only does it say that you are incorrect, but it also points to you what and where is the lesson where you went wrong. And you can start going through it to instantly bridge that knowledge gap that you might have. Right? So it's the same format for all the core applications. The essential levels is about navigating and getting familiarized with the environment of the application that you're working on. The power users in Excel especially is all about creating tables, using colors, and making your cells look nice and neat so that your spreadsheet is very easy to read and understand, and how to work on Excel to your workbooks, your worksheets, and working with your data, and what are the dimensions or the specifications you need to give it to print, right? All of this is covered in the power user level, and at the pro level, you have working with functions, data consolidation, power queries, and the like. So PowerPoint also follows the same format, right? From basic navigation at the essential level to working with smart art, images and layouts and animations in the power user level, and learning how to create your custom fonts and create templates with Slide Master at the pro level. Outlook is a very easy application to learn, but you'll be surprised at just how much of smart features that has under its belt that will be able to just take your simple tasks that you do on a daily basis and make it smoother and more efficient. For example, let's say as a student, you have an assignment or you have a particular lecturer whose communication you want to maintain in a separate folder. You can simply create a rule so that every communication with regards to that professor will go to a separate folder. So once you know, instead of your inbox filling up, if you receive a mail from that professor, immediately that folder is the one with the unread notification. So you'll know straight away that it's your university work that's kept pending. So this seems simple and straightforward enough, but you'll be astounded by just how many students aren't aware that such a simple feature is available in their inbox. So it'll also teach you how to create and schedule meetings, how to structure and organize your contacts, your mailbox, and if you were to print your Outlook message for legal purposes, if your team requires it, what are the dimensions and the formats that you need to follow for that, and how to create custom queries and searches, and how to manage your inbox so that you only have to see what you really need to see, right? All of this is available to you on Reset. So now that we've covered the core applications, let's swiftly but browse through all of the other plethora of applications that are available to you with this license. So you have Microsoft Access, a very powerful database tool, Microsoft Publisher. We have Visio as well, a very important tool for project management students, for computer science students, right? You do a lot of entity relationship, Gantt charts and diagrams and the like using Microsoft Visio. So learning that will give you a huge advantage. Beyond that, we have everything and anything regarding Teams. So if we just go into the essentials alone, it'll teach you how to work with the different versions of Teams, how to create and manage your teams, and how to access the files, the channels, just how to navigate and set up your Teams account so that it best suits your workflow, right? Beyond Teams, we also have Windows. So if you're someone who was previously on Mac OS, or someone who was on Chromebooks, or someone who was on an outdated version of Windows, like let's say Windows 7 or 8, or Windows 10 even, and you want to have a solid understanding on Windows 11, or simply you would just like a refresher, or you are already well versed in Windows 11, but you want to see if there's any new features or something new that you may have missed out on. For all those targets that I mentioned, this lesson has something for everyone to learn new, because Windows 11 is so smart, right? There's a lot of features that's baked in right under our noses that we're not aware of. And that lesson will be helping you to bring that to light. So beyond that, we have SharePoint, working with Outlook on the web. So regardless of what license you are on, dear students, whether it's the most expensive license that gives you the complete access, or the most basic license that gives you only web version based access. Regardless of what version you are on, Reset has materials for all different licensing versions. So don't think the material here is restricted to only the premium licensing options. So for students in business management or business analytics, Power BI is an extremely powerful tool that most organizations are readily using for their analytics and data visualization purposes. It is a very core tool in today's industry, right? And you can learn A to Z about it right here on Reset. For people who are pursuing a career in sales, marketing, and finance, you can learn about Dynamics 365, which is a very popular ERP CRM tool, right? As in they have solutions for both entity resource, enterprise resource planning, and CRMs, customer relationship management. We also have Power Apps, right? So for the developers, the low-code developers, you can learn how to build model-driven and canvas apps using Power Apps, right? For the team managers, you can learn from a non-IT administrator perspective how to manage and maintain your staff accounts, and even newer services like Microsoft To Do, Microsoft Bookings, Power Automate, and Microsoft Loop. These are all very powerful collaborative productivity tools that are so new that most people don't even know that it's available yet. But Microsoft Loop in particular also will be a huge tool in the future for advanced collaboration. By learning that over here, that again will put you way ahead of the competition. And you also have one of the most in-demand courses on the internet right now, and that is how to work with generative AI. So working with ChatGPT. What is ChatGPT? What is generative AI? How do you use these for simple tasks? Now we know that ChatGPT is smart such that even if we give it the sort of like with a spelling mistake, we give a prompt or we say it in our own words, it is still able to understand that natural language and give us the exact answer but that we're looking for. But what most people don't know is if you can customize your search query and you understand how generative AI works based on your input, you can get a very qualitative answer that is exactly aligning with your exact scenario, right? So how to use ChatGPT for your documents in Word, how to use it to make your PowerPoint presentation stand out, how to use it to optimize your inbox in Outlook with Excel and all the other generative AI tools that are at your disposal that are sure to make your life easier is all covered in this course as well. So this course is also available to you for no added cost, despite it being in demand. Your simplest generative AI course starts at $60 to $70 for less content than this and that module alone. So this course, this license gives you access to this course for a whole year, allows you to take an exam and receive a certification for that course that you have taken. You can get a certification for all the courses, in fact, that you have taken on Reset, right? That will allow you to have some strong credibility for what you have learned with Reset, right? So from Word to Outlook to Excel. So far, the only method of showing that we have knowledge in this domain is by saying proficient in Office on our CVs and then taking the chance with our employers and having to prove it at an interview. But with these certifications, there is no doubt that you have a credible source to validate your skills in these applications. Right? So Reset is astounding value, dear students, right? It is astounding value for you And throughout the year, you can comfortably learn all the popular courses on Reset and put yourselves at 5-10 times the value that you are currently. You can prepare yourself to be job ready, to be industry ready, industry quality with the material that you learn on Reset. So here you can see, as soon as you take a course, the certificate is auto-generated, the name of the course, name of the participant, date of completion, and name of the course. So it also carries Trainocate, who is Microsoft's managed learning partner, right? So we are an official authority, as well as the Microsoft Gold Partner logo, right? So that is also available to the students. So there is immense value in the materials that you're learning. There is also a dedicated help section where you can create support requests and reach out to us. We have a 24/7 support team who's always there and looking at your requests and will assist you from simple things as accessing your account all the way to creating customized study path based on your exact requirement. So the team at It's a Way and Trainocate are more than willing to happily assist you throughout your learning journey. So like I mentioned earlier, for the simple cost of, for the very competitive and affordable price, 159 dirham, you have access to a plethora of resources. The amazing thing about Reset is with time, the value of it only keeps increasing. Because for existing subscribers as well, whatever new courses are added are given free of charge. So this additional training section is a proof of that exact concept. While we are focused on Microsoft 365 contents, we are branching out and adding more contents as we go. So we have basic trainings on macOS, soft skills, and basics of computer use, which we will only be adding to as we go. So in the next year, you can easily see anywhere between 30 to 50 more new courses than what you initially started with. So with time, you're only gaining more and more and more and more value with Reset. So that is it to conclude the demonstration for Reset, dear participants. If you have any questions, if you have anything you'd like to clarify, please get in touch with the It's a Way team and we'll be more than happy to assist you with this process. If you'd like to try Reset out for yourself, you can request a 1-month trial as mentioned by the It's a Way team on the chat, and we will fulfill that request. So you'll have access to the entire course library. You can try it out for a month, you can go through the lessons and see for yourself. Because I can spend all day talking to you, but it's much more effective if you go ahead and try it for yourself. So I do encourage you, go ahead and try it, regardless if you're interested or not. About 10 minutes of your time wouldn't hurt, right? So go ahead, give it a try, and I guarantee you, you will fall in love with learning. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. I will be handing the session back to the It's a Way team.
Thank you. Thank you, Akash. This was lovely. Yeah, I think we can conclude the session. Elena, over to you. You can stop the recording.